Evening everyone. That's right, I was just Claire leaving the kitchen. Right, how's everyone then? How's your day been? Hope it's been good. It's been a fantastic day outside. Lovely and warm. A bit too hot at times, sun glaring, but I hope you've all enjoyed it. I hope that whatever you've been doing has been great. And we'll give it a few minutes for people to start joining in. And I'll just set the one I'm going to do. I think there it is. So, yeah, as I say, we'll give it a couple of minutes. Hi Chloe, hi Mike, Alice, Peggy. So we'll give it a couple of minutes, and thanks Trina for this morning. I really enjoyed it, very thought provoking. Hi Adrian. And yeah, mental health, very big, and these times it's obviously going to be starting it, I think, in people with lots going about. Also, I would like to say for joining on to that, because they often go hand in hand, is addiction and mental health, and people in recovery are going to find this very, very difficult to deal with at times, because a lot of people that are in addiction, rather than being stuck in, like to get out, go and do things, take their mind away from it, from the mental obsession and whatever their key triggers are. So people being stuck in and not being able to get out, we must think, difficult times indeed, but let's hope we're coming to near a close to it. It's locking down. We can get out a little bit and enjoy the weather. Hi Simon. So what have I done today? Oh, I've been having walk fights with Joel. He's been playing around in the pool. I've been doing a bit of pottering in the garden, getting it ready for next week when I'm doing a bit of work out there. Hi Rosie, hi Emma. So anyway, I think we're gone. After Trina's talk this morning, I didn't know which one to do, so I went through it with Claire actually, and we looked for one that I thought would be quite fitting. So we're going to do an examine, which I think quite fits with what was said, and I think how people are feeling at the moment, in fairness, since an examine called I'm Drained. So here we go, let's start with that. I quiet myself and slow my breathing. I sit still for a moment and try to turn down the volume on my random thoughts and preoccupations. I spend a few moments in gratitude, thanking God for one or two of the blessings, big and small, that I've received today. Yeah, so just think about what's happened today. What's been good where you've felt blessed? Spoken to someone, maybe had a text from someone, maybe someone dropped something shopping off or something like that, you're unable to get out and they've done that. We get all kinds of blessings that we often take for granted, but I think nowadays, and in these times, they're more and more valued by all of us. Hi Avril, hi Net. Looking back over the day, I asked God to reveal to me which moment was the most draining. In my imagination, God and I return to that draining moment and I relive it. This time with God right beside me. I let myself become steeped in the moment, particularly in the most difficult thing about that moment. I let myself feel the strong emotions, lethargy, despair, and whatever other feelings are present in me. I present this draining moment to God and tell God what is going on in my heart and soul in that moment. If I handle it okay, I thank God for that. If I handle it badly, I ask for pardon and peace. Yeah, so if you've had trying times today, just think back, go there, revisit it with God. Feel the same as you felt in that moment. Pass it on to God. And if you handled it well, like it says there, then that's okay. But if you didn't, that's okay as well. God knows, He's forgiven, and it's not your fault. So He'll ask for a pardon and peace, and just let that love of God flow over you. Just let that peace in your mind and know that we can start again, not to worry. Hi Gary, hi Carrie. I asked God to speak to me about this moment. I remain receptive to anything God says or does. Looking over my day a second time, I asked God to reveal to me the most life-giving moment. I again returned to that moment with God, both the exterior events and my interior dispositions. Steeped in joy, gratitude and relief, I give it all to God. I talk with God about it, making sure to express my thoughts and feelings and to let God speak to me freely. So yeah, what's been good today? What's been good for you today? What's been them life-giving moments? Like I say, Mum was having water fights with Joel in the pool and just generally spending time with him, having a laugh and a giggle. And we can't get out and do a lot, so time in the garden is fantastic. Time with the family, indoors or outdoors, is fantastic, and that's my life-giving times at the moment. And I think it's something that we all need and that we've all got. So yeah, just relive that with God and just tell him how you felt and how it feels. I now look to tomorrow. What may be a draining moment of tomorrow? Most of the time we have a pretty good guess about this. I speak with God about it, telling God how I feel about this. Possibly I ask God to show me how I can prepare spiritually for this potentially draining moment. I ask God to keep me from contributing negativity to the situation by presuming the worst. I allow for the possibility that everything will go fine and pray to receive the virtue of hope. So yeah, if you know tomorrow, if you're looking at tomorrow, think what is going to be a trying time for you. It could be conversations that you have to have, could be meetings that you have to have, letters you have to write. It could be anything. It could be family things. It could be exterior. So just talk to that with God. Talk about that with God and ask him. Say, I've got this coming up tomorrow, Lord. What can I do? How can I get by this? How can I turn this into a better situation? How can I make it a positive rather than a negative? And deal with it in a way that's not going to bring me down. So just think about that. Perhaps when you go to bed tonight, perhaps when you're watching TV, just think and see, what do you think is going to be troublesome for tomorrow? I look to tomorrow a second final time. What may be the most life-giving moment? I allow myself to get excited about this moment and let myself fill up with good and wholesome desires about it. I tell God about it. I ask God to help me prepare spiritually for the possibility that it won't be a life-giving as I hope. I ask God for the ability to say that will be okay too. Yeah, so we could be looking forward for things happening and we could be getting ourselves all excited and building ourselves up to it, and that'd be great. It's good to have things to look forward to and have a little bit of hope, and in times where we can't get out and meet people, it's fantastic to have that to look forward to. But it may not. Sometimes it doesn't always work out as we hoped, and it may not be as exciting or as life-giving as we expected. But that's okay as well. You know, if we pray on it and we give that to God, and he'll prepare you for it. If that comes to that, then you'll still be okay with that. You'll still have peace within yourself. I ask myself, are there any last words I was to say to the Lord? I know that's for everybody's different on that one, so just think. And I always have my final say when I go to bed, and I always have my final say with God then, and say, this is what's happened to me today, this is how I'm feeling. I'll either want a better day tomorrow or hope that it would be more like today. Days are different, days vary, days change, so would our moods and attitudes. And so I'll leave that one with you, and you just deal with that with the Lord. I close with one of the following gestures. Place my hands together as a sign of closure. Bow, make the sign of the cross. Say, Our Father. So, anyway, guys, I hope you really have had a good day. I hope that some of that has resonated, because like I say, I didn't know which one to do, and after Trina's talk this morning, I thought that was quite apt to follow on from that. So I'll give it a couple of minutes before we sign off and let everybody have a catch up. I shall have a look through the prayers that I haven't seen, and rest assured that they won't be missed, that they will be put out and people will be praying on them. So yeah, just have a couple of minutes and catch up with everybody. I look forward to tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be another glorious day, another day out in the garden. I do believe I've got to go down to church and let the builders up into the tower, because they've got to go and do some things to make our church even better place. So anyway, guys, love you all. Peace and God's love. I'll see you soon. Bye now.